You're watching the Central Post. This is Samiksha. We begin with a diplomatic moment that's quietly significant and strategically timed and is drawing attention across both India and Europe. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen arrived in New Delhi this afternoon on a state visit, welcomed by Minister of State for Commerce and Industry Jitin Prasad. She is set to be joined by European Council President Antonio Costa, who arrives shortly, making this a rare instance of the European Union's top leadership converging in India together. Both leaders will serve as a chief guest, celebrating India's 77th Republic Day on January 26th, a joint honor that goes beyond ceremony. It signals how central the India-EU partnership has become at a time when global alliances are being actively reshaped. The diplomatic focus now shifts to January 27, when New Delhi will host the 16th India-EU summit. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will co-chair the talks alongside the two EU leaders, with expectations running high, particularly around the long-pending India-EU free trade agreement. Negotiations on this deal began nearly 20 years ago, stalled, restarted, and have now gained fresh momentum. In recent months, talks have moved into, as what both sides describe, is at the final stretch, with reports suggesting a possible conclusion as early as Tuesday. Unsurprisingly, analysts have begun calling it the mother of all deals. If finalized, the agreement would reshape trade flows on both sides. Indian textiles, garments, pharmaceuticals, electronics, and chemicals would gain wider access to European markets. In return, European automobiles, machinery, wines, dairy product, and high-value industrial goods would find easier entry in India. Bilateral trade currently stands at roughly $136 to $137 billion annually, with India maintaining a surplus. The agreement is expected to push those numbers higher, attract greater European investment, already the largest source of FDI into India, and add resilience to supply chains at a time when global trade faces fresh disruptions, including new tariff pressures from the United States. But this summit isn't only about trade. Leaders will also take up cooperation on climate action, technology partnerships, security coordination, and sustainable development, areas where India and EU increasingly see alignment. The presence of Europe's top leadership at Republic Day adds a symbolic dimension to these talks, reflecting a shared understanding. In a multipolar world, strategic partnerships matter as much as economic ones. All of this unfolds as domestic conversations continue over state-level economic contributions, security developments in Jammu and Kashmir, and even cricket debates around T20 World Cup selections. We'll keep you updated, especially with the outcomes from the summit and Republic Day engagements. For now, the message is clear. India isn't just hosting guests, it's actually shaping the conversation on the global stage. Keep watching the Central Post.